Hello and welcome to the first day in the Something Awful Game Development Survival Challenge. And now I am going to unpause the game. As I explained in the first episode, the Sims have until 8 o'clock tomorrow, so Monday, to do whatever they want. They can talk, they can socialize, whatever. We'll watch and comment on it. If it starts to get boring, I'll fast forward. And then at 8 o'clock, I have something planned for them. This first challenge will be pretty simple, but I won't give it away until we get to it. I will say that there won't be any deaths. Now that I guess I can't guarantee that there won't be any deaths, but there likely won't be any deaths, assuming that the Sims even decide to participate in the challenge, which in some of my test runs I've done before, they sometimes just don't. Which, fine. They don't participate, then they don't get an immunity gnome. That's their problem. So we'll just watch them go. Now, Everdred has done something that I've seen him do in other tests. He has magically produced food. A can of soup out of nowhere. I don't know where he gets this food from. I really don't. But it has helped him survive in the past, and it will probably help him survive now as he chokes on the soup. That's what he does. We'll look at some of our other characters here. We've got Krillin. His shower with your dad is reading in bed. Turdbot is reading awkwardly in front of Floofy Scorp, and I am apparently looking for a place to sit. Now, you will probably see Sims frequently get so mad because they can't get somewhere that doesn't look, that you don't see, which it makes sense because the one place that's blocked off is this isolation tower, this exile tower. They still know there's stuff in there. There's stuff they want to use and stuff they want to look at. And they can't. And sometimes, somebody will be using the bathroom and someone else will need to use the bathroom and they'll be like, oh, well, there's one over here in this exile tower. I'll just use that. Oh, I can't get to it. And then they'll just sit there and complain for 4 hours until whoever, gets out of the bathroom. This is something they do. I have no control over it. I'm not letting them use that bathroom so they can deal with it. So we've got some smart players over here. They have chosen to, get their energy up, maybe learn a skill or two, resting in bed. It's a very smart move. It gets them early energy, gets them early, rest, so improves their mood and all that stuff, so they don't have to worry about that later. And it's probably a smart idea just to read in general. Now, Everdred is being smart here, but I was going to say he's being smart by trying to make friends with Turdbot, because there can be alliances here, because you won't vote for someone off of the beach if you're friends with them. That's just how it works. But it looks like they didn't like each other, which is a shame. So now, yeah, we're all just sort of standing around. It's only 1 p.m. on Sunday, and like I said, we've got until 8 a.m. on Monday. For the challenge to start. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward here and see if anything crazy happens. Not much. Oh, let's see. What's Floofy doing? She appears to be hungry. So she's going to make herself some food. Or not. No, she just cleaned up after Everdred. And now she's going to go talk to Noemi. Or not. No, that's what Everdred's doing. What's Floofy doing? She's going to go try to talk to John Terp about computers. And Noemi thinks Everdred is okay. She's listening to his criticism. Oh. Everdred says, "What's your sign? Looks like you and I were meant to be." Oh, but they don't like each other for some reason. Oh, they're spreading gossip. Oh, this shit's already hitting the fan here. We've got alliances forming. Friendships happening. Floofy and John Terp are having fun talking about computer. John Terp thinks Floofy's okay. And she's alright. Look at that. They're becoming quick friends. Now see, again, like I said in the first episode, this is why I decided to have every odd day be a free day for the Sims, so they can do whatever the hell they want. Because this is where they build their relationships. This is what determines their votes. I think it's pretty important. Otherwise, it would just be the same every time. People would vote for the same Sim every time. Now, hopefully, the Sims don't do what they have done in the past, where they let some of their needs run really low before the first challenge, and that kind of screws them out of the first challenge. Now, it looks like most of them are, doing whatever they need to do. But we'll see what happens in the next few hours and see if some of them, piss themselves or start starving to death or decide they can't go to this one bathroom, they have to use the other, or whatever the Sims decide they want to do. Turdbot learned that Everdred is a mooch. Now, we all knew that. That's going to affect his opinion. Now, I'm not going to look at the relationships tabs of any of the Sims until voting time, because I want that to be a surprise. It's fun to watch them socialize and be surprised by who they vote for. Looks like Noemi is going to check out this bathroom here. Does she actually have to use the bathroom? I guess she could stand to take a wee. It looks like that's exactly what she's doing. Smart move on the first day. You never know when there's going to be a challenge involving bladder. So yeah, good idea, Noemi. Way to go. Way to play the game. Looks like Turdbot's heading for reading in bed. This seems to be pretty balanced so far. I've run tests before where, 4 people took over the beds for the entire day, and 4 people didn't get any sleep, and it just screwed up a whole bunch of people on that first day. The first challenge, I think, I did a test where no one showed up. Not a single person did the challenge. So, nobody got an immunity gnome. And you know what? That's their problem, not mine. They want to get voted off that badly, they can be voted off. Now you can see Noemi is already complaining about not being able to get something in the exile tower, but that's okay. She'll figure it out. It takes them some time sometimes, but they figure stuff out. I give the Sims a lot of shit, but they're smarter than they look sometimes. Just depends on the playthrough. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward some more. It's getting close to evening. It's about 6 o'clock. The sun's going down slowly. Nothing major has happened. We've had no major fights or anything crazy. Nobody's pissed themselves. Although, oh, what's going on in here? What's going on in the bathroom? Floofy, what are you doing? She is just chilling in the bathroom. She's not doing anything. She just likes the smell of that toilet, I guess. Interesting. I wonder if she'll leave. She really seems to be fascinated by that bathroom. And we have the Shower with Your Dad Krillin character. He is currently cooking something. I guess we'll find out what. He made an autumn salad. What's this? Oh, a bold move by Floofy. She is blocking access to that toilet. Turdbot has to go. He has to go, but Floofy she's not moving. Unless she moves, he will not be able to pee. That's a solid tactic. It's very solid. Good job, Floofy. Yeah, Sims tend to block each other. Oh, look, Turdbot's getting pissed off. Not only can he not pee, he can't sit down and eat. Because Shower with Your Dad... Oh, no, that wasn't Turdbot. That was John Turp who had to pee. Or maybe it's both. I don't know. All I know is that Floofy Scorp is really clogging up the works here. And, of course... Yeah, Turdbot's trying to use a bathroom that he can't use because it's in the exile tower over here. So... Now we're starting to have some problems, and this is good. This is what's supposed to happen. You know, Floofy blocking the way to that toilet is that's gonna make people not want to vote for her. She may be voted off first because of this bold move, but at the same time, perhaps the challenge that's coming up is going to be bladder related. Maybe she's banking on that, and you know she's going to have a full bladder meter, and everybody else is going to be low because she's been standing there You just don't know. So I'm going to fast forward it a little bit again here. See if Floofy ever leaves that bathroom. Man, she is holding fast in there. I have a feeling that someone's going to piss themselves. It looks like IJ, it looks like IJ is started a relationship with Noemi. Well, how about that? Now, again, I'm not gonna click the relationship tabs until it's voting time, so we won't know for sure. But I saw hearts. Like I said, I've never had a real relationship start in any of these tests. Oh my God, Floofy, Floofy. Oh, you were just ruining it for everybody. Oh, she's finally coming out. She's giving in. They showed up with torches and pitchforks, and she's giving in. And now oh no, it might be too late for some of these guys. It might be too late. Everdread's gonna go in there. He's gonna pee. Turdbot only has 50 minutes. Yeah, Everdread's going. Who else has to go? John Turp, he's got 30 minutes. And, you know, the one problem with standing in that bathroom for so long is that Floofy Scorp is hungry now, so she's got to find a place to eat. It looks like IJ's taking over the table, so she'll figure that out. Everdread finished using the bathroom. Oh, man. That was a brilliant tactic used by Floofy. Brilliant. Like I said, we may very well see someone piss their pants. It might happen. Now, it won't, you know, pissing your pants, it won't cause you to lose anything. It just will make people not like you, and there it goes. Oh, John Turp. Oh, he just pissed himself. Couldn't hold it in any longer and had a regretful bladder accident, and it's just piss all over the place. Oh, man. What a shame. Floofy, your tactic worked. Nobody's going to like John Turp now. They're going to want to vote him off. Uh-oh, Turdbot. Turdbot. Oh, Turdbot pissed himself too. Man, Floofy, your hard work has paid off. And look, she even managed to eat. She is owning this competition so far. There's free beds. She's low on energy. She's probably going to want to go to bed next. As long as she can get a hold of a free bed, man, she will have this shit locked. That's what she's doing. She's heading to bed. Let's hope there's still a free bed left, Floofy. It's getting close to midnight here. Oh, man, just, you know, half a day and we've already had such drama. Oh, Floofy, no, you're doing the wrong thing. You're trying to go to a bed that you can't get to. Oh, and I'm trying to do the same thing. No, guys, I'm sorry. You can't get to those beds, and it looks like all the beds are now taken. So Turdbot, John Turp, Floofy, and myself are not going to be getting any sleep tonight. And we very well may pass out tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, it's now Monday. And since we have 4 people sleeping, 1 person showering, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit and see what happens. One in the morning. They're still trying to get to those beds that they can't get to. I'm not going to help them out. They can't get to them. They can't get to them. That's just how it is. They'll have to sleep in the sand. Looks like Turdbot's going to do the same thing. Oh man, they're just ready to break into this place. They know there's beds in there. They want to sleep. Now, granted, they aren't sleeping, so they're going to have really low energy. They do have time, you know, while everyone else is asleep to take advantage of, you know, the open study, the open bathroom, the open shower, so they can keep all their other bars up. While, you know, the folks who are sleeping, I mean, they're going to wake up and they're going to be hungry. They're going to have to pee, you know. I mean, so it's kind of a delicate balance there. So we'll just see what happens in about 5 hours at 8 o'clock when we do the first challenge. I'm going to fast forward some more because we don't want to see them just walking back and forth complaining for hours and hours. 4 o'clock. I'm getting close. Someone may pass out. 5 o'clock. Sun's going to start coming up soon. Oh, listen to him go. 6 o'clock. It's usually right about now that people start waking up. And these people are probably just, they're not going to want to compete. they're not going to want to do this challenge. It's just not going to happen. They are so tired. Look at them. Look at their energy scores. Look at this. They're exhausted. Sleep deprived. This is not looking good for them. Energy is one of the most important things in this challenge. And the sad thing is, when 8 o'clock hits and everybody has to show up for the challenge, these guys are going to be fully rested. They're going to be hungry, but they're going to be rested. So they're going to be willing. Oh, look what happened. Floofy passed out. After that bold bathroom move. Oh, and you know, passing out is not good sleep. They tend to just lay there for a little bit and then get up and then pass out and then get up and pass out over and over until they find a bed. So I have a feeling we're going to have 4 contestants tomorrow that are not going to compete. They're just going to be dead on the ground. Well, it's 7 a.m. We've got 1 hour until I set up the first challenge. Now, some of these challenges do require a bit of a setup as far as building things. I'm not sure whether I'm going to include that in these videos or not. Probably not, depending on how long they are. But if it's a quick setup like this one is going to be, then I'm not going to worry about cutting it out. Oh, and I've passed out, I believe. That's me, yes. The funny thing about passing out is people react to that. That affects their relationship with you. So they see you laying on the ground, man. That's going to affect their relationship. Uh-oh. Now it looks like Noemi's has woken up and freed up a bed. But we only have about 25 minutes until the challenge starts. So whoever gets into that bed, I mean, they're not going to get any sleep. 20 minutes. Well, this is not looking good. This is gonna be a sucky first challenge for all of these contestants. Some of them aren't even going to make it. 10 minutes. Man. 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's 8 o'clock. I'm pausing the game. And this is how most challenges are going to work. Once 8 o'clock hits, I pause it, do whatever setup I need to do, and then let it play. So, to reveal the first challenge of the day, or the first challenge, I guess, on day 2, is the Great Fishing Challenge. Like I said, this one's going to be pretty simple. No death involved. So, the Great Fishing Challenge, basically, I'm just going to instruct everyone to fish. Whatever they're doing, they're going to stop doing it. They're going to come down here, and they're going to fish. If I have to tell them more than once, I will. I will continue to tell them as long as I need to. And if they don't fish, then they don't get to compete, I guess. Now, the rule is if you catch a fish and you're the only person that catches a fish, you get an immunity gnome. If more than one person catches a fish, then it's based on weight, which we can look at in their inventory. So if you catch a heavy fish or if you catch multiple fish, it's based on the total weight of fish you've caught. So the winner gets an immunity gnome, and there might be more than one winner. Now, as we can see here, Floofy, she kind of messed up with that bathroom thing because now she's too tired to fish. I can't even tell her to fish at this point. So she's basically out of the competition. Everybody else I've at least been able to tell to fish. Whether they do it or not, we'll find out. So now I've told everyone to fish that I can. I'm going to go ahead and hit play and see who actually shows up. Now, I've passed out again, so obviously I can't come fish. And there are some people, though, who are rested and not so hungry that they may come and actually try. Yeah, we have our people who stayed up all night passing out over here. And we have a Shower with Your Dad and a Noemi. They've shown up and they are fishing. How about that? Oh, and it looks like IJ has shown up as well. And I think Everdread is on the move to come fish. Nope, he's going to eat. So at 9 o'clock, I'm going to pause it again and tell everybody to fish. They have until, let's see, what time here? They have until 9 p.m. Now, the way this works is every even day, so today is day number 2, at the challenges will usually end at 9 p.m. And then at 10 p.m., they have to come to the voting area, no matter what. So they have until 9 o'clock. They have like 13 hours or so to catch fish. So it's 9 a.m. almost. Once that hits, I'm going to pause it again and tell people who aren't currently fishing to go ahead and fish. And this is their last chance. If they don't fish, they don't get a chance at an immunity token. Immunity gnome, I guess. You might hear me call it token, you might hear me call it idol, whatever. There's all sorts of things that I'm going to screw up on here. Now, I have a feeling most of these people are not going to come fish. We might end up with just 4, and that's fine. That's all part of the competition. This is all random. The last test I ran, nobody fished. Everyone was too tired or hungry or whatever, and it was because somebody blocked the way to food. The time before that, I think everybody fished, and it was a really tough competition. It was a tough call, and multiple people won idols, won immunity gnomes. So, oh, and it looks like Noemi has caught a fish, a 0.11 kilogram fish. We'll keep that in mind, so we can go back and check it later. Now I'm going to keep track of who has caught fish here in a little file. So I've given the other people a second chance. Looks like they're not coming. So we're going to go ahead and let them do whatever they want until 9 p.m. or 2100 hours. And I'm going to fast forward while the rest of these folks fish. And yeah, I figured that that's what these people would do. Oh, Noemi caught another one. She might very well win this competition. But yeah, I figured these people would probably go to sleep. I mean, obviously that's what they missed out on, so they're going to get some rest. And that's fine, very predictable. Noemi is whooping ass down here at the fishing challenge. I don't know what the hell Turdbot's doing. He's probably forgetting that there's a bed over here and trying to go to the bed in the exile tower. Oh well. Yeah, Noemi is just killing it over here. So it's almost noon. Oh, Everdread caught a fish. Wonderful. Wonderful. Things are happening. This is great. I'm just typing a little note to myself here. Oh, IJ caught a fish. This is going to be close. This is good. Now, if they decide to stop fishing, they're done. I'm not going to tell them again. They got 2 tries to start fishing, and once they start, I'm not going to tell. Oh my God. Noemi just caught a 3rd fish. She is clearly going to be the winner here. Whoa, this is insane. Oh, and it looks like the shower with your dad, Krillin, might be too hungry to fish. I think... Oh. I think IJ just caught a fish. He did. He caught another. And yeah, it looks like Krillin in the name is... I think he's about done fishing. He's going to go find some food. Although, there's a problem with that. Someone has passed out in front of the sink. And the only counter space available on which to make food. That's okay. He'll figure it out. So now we have 3 contestants. I think Krillin has given up here. He didn't catch any fish. That's too bad. So we've got Everdread, Noemi, and Internet Janitor attempting to outfish each other. Things are getting pretty heated up. Now you'll see during most of these competitions, I'm just going to let the Sims do whatever they want to do. In fact, that's my prerogative for this whole competition. They're going to be told to do stuff, and it's up to them to decide when they're done. It's their call. And I think that's the most fun and the most fair. And we'll get more surprises. And it looks like Noemi has decided that she is also too hungry to continue fishing. But hey, man, she has... Let's see here. She has 3 fish. She has 0.16, 0.1, and another 0.11, so 0.37. That is an insane amount of fish. 0.37. So let's write this down. IJ has apparently caught another fish, I think. And once all these people are done fishing, or once 9 p.m. hits, and I think they'll be done before 9, then we'll tally up all the fish here and see who gets an immunity gnome. It looks like Everdred is skilling up when it comes to fishing. Now, fishing is... the reason I started with this is because, in general, fishing is going to be a tiebreaker. It's the easiest thing to set up. I don't have to build anything for it. Most of the time, the Sims will do it. And it's super easy to just, count up the mass, the weight of the fish, and see who wins. So, getting some early skill in fishing could be critical to a Sim success. We've got something going down over here. These people, Noemi can't eat. And I'll tell you why. Because there's nowhere for her to eat and nowhere for her to finish cooking. So this is one of the... I'm going to pause it here and explain this really quick. This is one of those situations where it's kind of my fault for not designing this well. But the Sims, there is a plate here. It's got some spoiled salad. That is the only countertop upon which she can finish cooking this. I'm assuming she's making mac and cheese. She won't stir it up or make it anywhere else but a countertop. And for some reason, they won't clean the countertops in order to cook on them. So this is one of the very few instances where I will jump in and make Noemi clean that. She's the one that wants to cook. She's the one that needs the counter space. So I'm going to go ahead and reach in my God hand and tell her to clean that shit so that she can actually finish cooking her food. And we'll see here in just a second that that's exactly what she'll do. She'll clean that up, she'll pick up her mac and cheese, and she'll finish making it. Whether she has a place to eat it or not, that's up to her. Sims are really bad at cleaning up before they do stuff, so occasionally I will jump in and help. Oh, look, she's doing it on her own. How about that? She's cleaning up that table so she can eat there. And IJ has given up. But look, he's caught 4 fish. We've got a 0.16, 0.16, 0.17, and a 0.1. Let's see here. 0.59. Yeah, I really did have to calculate that. I'm sorry. So far, IJ is in the lead. That's an incredible amount of fish, IJ. You may very well win this challenge, but we'll see. Everdred's still going. So I'm going to go ahead and give her a little fast forward here and see if Everdred gives up. No, what happened? What happened? Someone pissed themselves, and it looks... it looks like it was John Turp. There's no excuse for that, John Turp. There was an open bathroom. Yes, it might be dirty, but it was open. Silly, silly John Turp. Now, looks like Everdred has, even though he's been fishing the longest, he hasn't had any luck catching these fish. You remember how I mentioned... Well, I wonder if luck plays into fish. It's a shame that Floofy Scorp did not join in on the fishing challenge, because she's the one with the luck attribute, so maybe she would have done really well. We'll never know. So I'm going to go back to fast forwarding here. Again, we stopped fishing at 2100 officially, so we'll give Everdred all the time he needs. He's going to fish into the nighttime. He's the highest level fisherman. Oh, and he caught a big fish. He caught a 0.19. We'll see. He's still got a few hours to go. Fishing into the night. Does he have... Let's check on his needs. Yeah, he's going to have to bathe soon, but you know what? He's a slob. He's a slob, so he doesn't really give a shit about smelling bad or anything like that. So he might be totally okay with fishing. I mean, look, his mood hasn't gone down because of the fact that he's smelly. So he may very well fish until time runs out. So let's see. I mean, he's got 1 hour left. Oh, now, any of this stuff that pops up, objectives, jobs, whatever, I am going to immediately cancel them. So if you ever see that stuff pop up, it just gets canceled outright. They're not doing any extra stuff. Here's another one, gets canceled outright. Everdread, you have half an hour to catch another fish. 10 minutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. With that, he's going to cancel fishing. Let's take a look at the fish he's got here. He's got a 0.19 and a 0.1, so 0.29. That leaves... My 9 key is not working, but that's okay. Looks like IJ won. He got a total mass of 0.59. In second place was Noemi with 0.37. And last was Everdread with 0.29. So Internet Janitor is going to get an immunity gnome. So let me explain the immunity gnome here. I have to spawn it. So I have to actually turn on cheats, but that's okay. So testing cheats enabled. Testing cheats enabled. True. And then the command that lets me do debug by debug. Then I go into the by mode. I go into by function, click this question mark, and I think it's a miscellaneous object. Yes, so there's a mysterious Mr. Gnome. I'm going to click him, put him somewhere close to IJ, and have IJ pick him up. And he'll, actually, you know, I could just drag it into IJ's inventory. I guess I could have just done that. So we'll put it in there. So he has an immunity gnome now. So if he somehow gets voted off of the beach from now until the end of the series, he can consume that gnome to be immune to that vote. So I'm going to go ahead and unpause it. Everdread should finish his fishing. And I'd say around 9:30 we'll start bringing people over to the voting section and do our very first vote. The bathroom is looking pretty grungy here. Nobody's cleaning it. The one problem that could happen there is if they don't clean the toilet, it'll get clogged. And when the toilet gets clogged, well, nobody can use the bathroom, and they'll have to call somebody in to fix it. That happens. What is IJ complaining about? He's hungry. Oh, here we go again. So we've only got half an hour until voting starts. IJ's the one complaining. I'm going to have him clean this up. He's going to clean this up. He's going to clean this up. He's going to clean this up. He's the one that wants to eat. He's the one that's going to clean. If this keeps up, then I'm going to have to put out a dinner table for people to eat at. I don't want to have to do that, so I'd rather them just clean it. But again, they won't do it on their own. I'm not going to let them starve to death unless there's a starvation challenge, which there may or may not be. I think it would just be dumb to let that happen. So, uh-oh. Something bad happened. I don't know what. Oh, IJ, you pissed yourself. You pissed yourself. It's 10 o'clock. IJ just pissed himself. Let's vote. So, voting. In order for them to... The reason I have this blocked off is because these are considered beds, and they will sleep in the bed if I do not block this off. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete these little rope things here. We're going to go back into live mode, and we're going to tell everybody to come sleep in one of these chairs. And the reason I tell them to sleep is because if I just tell them to come sit, they'll sit and then they'll get up and go do something else, which is a pain because then not everybody will come here. Now, technically, I really don't need everybody to come to this section, but the reason I'm doing this is because, one, it's fun, and two, if they don't show up, they don't get a vote. So it's really up to the sim. So let's have them all come take a nice nap on these chairs, one at a time. Let's cancel everything you're doing and come to the chair. Yep, even IJ. Stop cleaning your shit. You can clean it up later, even though I literally just told you to clean it. Everybody's going to come, sit in the chair, take a little snooze, and do a little vote. Okay, everybody has been told to come over here. Let's unpause. One funny thing that I've noticed about the Sims and stairs is even though the stair is like 2 or 3 wide, they will only use one portion. So sometimes a little bit of a traffic jam happens where I don't know why they just won't go up the stair, and you know, they're just dumb that way. It looks like they're all doing me a solid and showing up for the vote, so that's cool. That means this first vote's going to be a well done vote. Some people stink, some people are hungry, whatever. They're all going to come here, and as soon as they all get to sleep, we're going to pause it. And now it's time for our first vote. So the time has come. Okay, so let me get out my little notepad here, and we will tally them up. So we'll start with Turdbot. Turdbot, who do you vote to go into the Exile Tower? Turdbot votes for Noemi. It's 1 for Noemi. Krillin, who do you vote for? John Terp. 1 vote for John Terp. Zeston, who am I voting for? John Terp. Uh-oh. That's 2 for John Terp. He could be in trouble here. Everdread, who are you voting for? IJ. Oh, man. That's crazy. Well, what about IJ? Who's IJ voting for? IJ is... Oh, Noemi. That's 2 for Noemi. Oh, man. John Terp. He's voting for Krillin. Floofy. Floofy is voting for Everdread. Wow, this is interesting. We have a tie so far. Noemi and John Terp. Let's see if Noemi votes John Terp. If she does, then he's off. Nope. Oh, that is probably the newspaper girl. No, Noemi votes for Turdbot. Now, normally, in my past tests, Turdbot has been voted off like near instantaneously. Like nobody likes him. But it seems like we have our very first. It's Noemi and John Terp. It's the tiebreaker. So Noemi, as well as she did during the fishing contest, she does not have an immunity gnome, and neither does John Terp. He didn't even participate in the fishing competition. So in the event of a tie, the rules are another vote is taken, and the tied Sims are the only ones that are possible to vote for. So what we'll do is we'll look and see how many people have Noemi or John Terp the farthest to the right. Of course, Noemi and John Terp are not included in this vote. So let's take a look at Turdbot. He has Noemi listed as the farthest to the right. So this is a vote for her on the second tiebreaker vote. Now, if they both still end up with 2 votes here, then we will... you know what? Actually, I don't think this makes any sense because it's probably going to be the same. Well, let's just do this anyway because that's what I have written down. As stupid as it may be, whatever, fuck it, we'll see. If a real tiebreaker happens, then we'll do a sudden death. We'll probably not do another fishing thing since we just did fishing, so it'll probably be a race. So we'll set that up. So anyway, let's just see what we got here. So he has John Terp. So like the reason this makes a difference is because the people who didn't vote for Noemi or John Terp now will vote for Noemi and John Terp. So far, these people have all voted for them. Now here we see Everdread did not vote for either of them, but John Terp is the farthest to the right, so his vote counts for John Terp. You can see how this makes a difference. IJ voted for Noemi in the first place. John Terp's not part of it, and Floofy Scorp here, she had Noemi farthest to the right. Oh my god. So we still have, it's 3 for Noemi and 3 for John Terp, so it's still a tiebreaker. Oh, this is crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to have them race. They're both asleep, so I'm going to issue them both a command to race somewhere. Where are we going to have them race to? I don't know. How about... See, I didn't really think about where they were going to race before. Let's see. let's have them race to this hut here and back. So it's Noemi and John Terp. So John Terp, we'll just have him go here and we'll have them run. And Noemi, you will come here. We'll have you run. Let's unpause it. And they should be running here shortly. And the first one to get here and back will win, and the loser will be the one who gets voted off the island. I cannot believe, or the island, the beach. I cannot believe that it was a full-on tie, the very first challenge. It's insane. So I'm glad I came up with tiebreaker rules beforehand. That was useful. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit here. Oh, John Terp made it. Oh, I'm going to pause it and go ahead and tell him to head back home. Noemi, she's still working on it. She made it. I'm going to give her a bit of a pause and have her go back home. It looks like John Terp's going to win. And the reason I threw that pause in there is just because I kind of missed it when John Terp showed up. So I didn't want to give her an unfair advantage. And it looks like everybody's just snoozing away while these guys race. Let's see who makes it. Looks like John Terp. Oh, man. Oh. Let's just make sure they go to a place. So how about John Terp, you... we'll have them sit at the fire pit. So whoever sits at the fire pit first will not be voted off. What's John Terp doing? What's he doing? Is that considered home to them? That building's considered home. John Terp, you better go. You better go sit down at that fire pit. Oh. His command was canceled, so let's do this again. Sit at fire pit. Noemi, she's still working on it. She's still working at getting home. She's home. She's going to the fire pit. Uh-oh, who's going to win? This is going to be close. I don't think John Terp wants to go to the fire pit. I think he's too tired or something. His needs aren't being met. He wants to take a shower. Noemi, oh no! Even though Noemi did not make it to the hut first, she might beat John Terp. Oh no, this is gonna be... Oh, what? Oh my god! Was that a tie? I think Noemi sat down first. Okay. That's too close to call, so I'm gonna have them both light this fire. And it looks like John Terp beat her to it. No, that's still too fucking close to call. This is bullshit. This is the most bullshit tiebreaker I have ever fucking seen. This is not cool. Somebody needs to lose. Okay. Oh, this is insane. All right. So what we're gonna do here? Oh, what are we gonna do? The next tiebreaker. What are we gonna do? Okay. Well, we can do what I don't want to do and have a death match. I really don't want to do that though, because I don't want people to die unless it's part of the challenge. So okay. Okay. This is insane. Let's have him. Fuck it. Let's just have him race. He's too tired to work out. Okay, are they both tired? I don't know. They're not both too terribly tired. Okay, we need to have them do something. Let's okay, let's see which one of them can get to this newspaper first. That'll be nice and easy. Go to the newspaper. Oh, Noemi's too hungry. She's too hungry. Oh, I can't believe how much bullshit this is. John Terp. It's official. He has officially reached the newspaper, and I'm sorry to say, Noemi, but you have been kicked. So, she goes into the exile tower. She's the first one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lock this for everyone but Noemi. I'm going to go ahead and add some stairs, as long as there's nobody in the way. There's too many people complaining here about not being able to get into that building. And then I'm going to send Noemi into the Exile Tower. She doesn't need that newspaper anymore. And hopefully people don't block her way. I don't think they will, since the door is locked to everyone but her. And once she gets in there, I will I'll remove those stairs. Okay, she's in. I'm going to go ahead and have her... Why is the door still open? Okay, well, whatever. Stairs are going to go bye-bye. Now she's in there. Okay. And now she's going to unlock the door. Who cares? And that was it. So Noemi is the first official Something Awful Game Dev Survival Challenge member to be voted off of the beach. It was a crazy turn of events, but man, you know, that's just how this is going to be. So I'm going to have, what is that? Is that John Turp? I'm going to have him turn this fire off because we don't want it to burn shit down. And once he's done with that, I'm going to pause it, save it, and we will come back with episode 2. It's a Tuesday. Tuesday is a free day. They will do whatever they want, and then day 4, Wednesday, we will have the second challenge, which Noemi will not be able to take a part in. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pause it now, and that's it. Thanks for watching.